Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of Natasha's Narrative. If you're new to this channel, welcome to Natasha's Narrative. It is a channel that encompasses a lot of different topics, all kind of told from my narrative or perspective. I have some videos that are collaborative, but all just topics that really mean a lot to me. So that I can give in my own personal 2 cents. For all of you guys who have, either seen the last couple of videos or been with me from day one, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the views, all the love. Remember to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell if you'd like to find out when the next video has been released. Like, comment, share, just, yeah, anything you feel really. But thank you guys again so much. I will never not be grateful for allowing me to start to build my platform. Thank you guys. So today what I'm going to be talking about is changing people, or rather not being able to change people, I should say. So I'm going to make actually another video about this as well, talking about the kind of savior complex, because that's an issue that I have definitely had, especially when I was younger. I feel like every time I talk about a situation, I'm like, this was a problem I used to have, this is a problem I'm struggling with. But it's easier for me that way because I can then talk about it from a perspective that I have from my perspective and what I've done to try and help me. Me, anyway, personally, I used to have a lot of hope in being able to change people, and that might not even be originally it would be my friends when I was younger. Like I would see potential in them, academically wise, but they'll be lazy, or yeah, pretty much lazy. And I would find it so frustrating. And I remember being like, okay, guys, do you want to, should we revise, or should we do this, or should we do that? Like really trying to come up with all these other alternatives because I didn't want to see them fail. So a lot of the times when people are trying to change other people, it does come from a loving place. However, you need to realize that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You can give people advice as to how to better themselves, but you should never go in with the perspective that, number one, that they will change, number two, that the change that they make will be permanent, or number three, that it will be your advice that will cause the change to happen. It might not be, they might not be receptive to what you're hearing. Not what you're hearing, what you're saying. Whether it's because of the position that you have within that relationship, whether it's because it's not the right time, whether it's because they just don't want to hear it at all. You might not be the right person to relay that message, and that is okay. You just have to learn to deal with that. I used to try and change people, or help people change, if I felt wronged, and that's because I used to feel that forgiveness was contingent upon the fact that someone needed to apologize. And it's something that I've been slowly working on, now, because what I was finding is that with certain situations with people, they wouldn't be sorry, and that would make me angry, and it would eat away at me, it would eat away at my personality, and I was becoming a person that I wanted to change who I was and start editing the way that I behave towards certain people, and become a bit more reclusive and become a bit more closed off because I was so tired of being let down by certain people. But I've learned that forgiveness is not contingent on the other person. You have to forgive people, because when you don't, you create a hardness and an anger inside your heart, and that will affect your relationships with other people. And I was realizing that I was becoming angrier and more frustrated as people wouldn't apologize, and they had a resistance to changing. But I'm going to make a whole another video on forgiveness at another point. What I have, so like I said, those are the two things that originally made me kind of want to change people. But like I said, you can lead someone to water, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It's not your job to make someone change. It's not. Change has to come from within. Change has to come from an understanding within yourself that you are lacking in certain areas, and in order for you to grow, in order for you to be more beneficial, in order for you to become kinder, whatever it is, you need to change aspects of your personality. And yes, this is an extremely hard concept to deal with, because I feel like all of us kind of feel, okay, but if this person loves me, if this person respects me, then they should change. A lot of the time, it's not got to do with how much this person loves you or respects you. I feel like change a lot of the time is inhibited by pride. And pride is so dangerous, because when you're a prideful person, you think that you're right all the time, and pride squashes love and squashes the ability to kind of understand where someone else is coming from and why they might want you to change in these areas. And I think that we need to stop taking it so personally when someone doesn't want to change. Now, I'm not saying that if someone approaches you and they say things and they're like, okay, I want you to change this, that and the other, that you shouldn't heed their response. Like I said before, pride can be extremely dangerous, and it can completely block the person from hearing the advice that you're trying to give. On the other hand, I think when it comes to people coming to us and telling us that we need to change aspects of our personality, you need to think about, is what this person mentioning something that's actually a bad trait? Because there are people who, for example, there are people who might want you to change an aspect of your personality, as like they think that you're too energetic, or you're too loud, or just other, certain aspects of your personality. But that's because they probably just don't like parts of who you are as a person, and you don't have to change that. You have to really kind of, when you're listening to people tell you to change certain aspects of yourself, yes, listen, but also take it with a pinch of salt. Always be open to hearing what they're saying, but don't take it as, okay, there's something wrong with me, etc. But I think a lot of the times when someone approaches us with an aspect of our personality that we have to change, it's something that we've known that we've had to change, because we know ourselves better than anyone else knows ourselves. So when someone highlights this to us, it's showing that it's not just, within our minds anymore. It's that we're actually exuberating or showing this outward trait. And I think that's a definite sign of that we have to change we have to at least try to change this certain behavior. I think we have to learn, particularly myself, when I was younger, I had to learn that the reason why this person is pointing this out is because they have love for me, and it's not because they're trying to attack who I am as a person. And I think once you take it out, you realize that it's not coming from an attacking place, that this person is trying to help you grow, then you can take the benefits of what that person is saying. But if you're just, again, like the other alternatives I was giving on the flip side, when we're talking to people about change, if you're acting in a similar way, you're actually blocking yourself from progress. So it is important to open your ears. Yes, it can also matter who it's coming from at times, because some people are just vindictive, and these might not even be characteristics that you have. They're just saying it to be rude. But sometimes it can come from people who don't even know you that well, and what they're saying is true. So I would definitely say, in terms of times where you feel like, I'm unsure if what this person is feeling is truthful or not, definitely self-reflect. But I would say also talk to people who are close to you, because they're likely to have seen this type of trait from you, and then they can kind of further expand on whether they think that's true or not, and that could also help you. Finally, I think that we should always expect people to change at different rates. Just because you and someone else have been through similar positions, don't expect you guys to come out on the same page. Don't expect your levels of progress to be at the same rate, because that can be frustrating for them, and it will also probably be frustrating for you. The best thing that you can do is, be supportive. If you can actively help them, then that is also great, but just be a listening ear, especially if it's someone that you're friends with. Be there to help them see what progress that they're making, because a lot of the time when you're changing as a person, it can be quite slow and you can feel like you're constantly relapsing in your behavior. But having someone who's there to tell you like, no, you've actually been doing a good job, does help. But also, be there to tell them when they're not doing a great job, when they are slipping, when they are not complying with what they said that they were going to do previously. Obviously be kind, but you can't just be like a doormat, and because you're scared that if you tell them that they're not doing that great, they'll just stop. No, you have to be there to show them. You have to be truthful with them. And it might also be something that they're not aware of, the fact that they're not doing what they said that they would do. So I think, be kind, like I said, be there to tell them when they're doing great, but also be there to tell them when they're not doing great. Also be prepared, like if it's in an area that you feel like is non-negotiable within your friendship or a relationship, that you might have to end those friendships or relationships, which is difficult, but you have to do what's the best for you. And when you're in a friendship or a relationship which is, either toxic or just not nurturing, don't feel like you have to be, like I said before at the beginning, that savior complex, that, oh no, but if I'm not here for them, no one else will be. That will not only end up damaging you, but it could end up damaging other friendships or future relationships and how you interact with them. So if it's something that's really important to you and they can't change, you don't have to stay. But I would definitely say, definitely highlight what you want them to change, but never be expectant that they will change. And if they are willing to, be supportive, be there for them, because changing aspects of your personality at times can be very, very difficult, especially because it's unlearning any type of behavior. It's really difficult. So just be patient and be there for them if they're trying. But like I said, it's it's not by force, so to be in a situation that is unhealthy for you. So I hope that helps. Oh my gosh, you get hurt as it helps. Like, I don't even know what's wrong with my voice. That was so strange. I hope that helps anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for everything. I'll be making more and more and more and more content. Yeah, for you guys to enjoy. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is Natasha's Narrative, and I'll see you guys. I need to stop this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I say it all the time. You'll see me another time. Bye.